binoculars, and what do I see? Jersey Devil, Chupacabra, half a dozen Yeti. But no matter, baby, what I do, I can't seem to find you.
Hey, welcome to Featured Creatures.
I am Alan.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett. We've been having some technical difficulties, so let's hope this one works.
And if not, you know who to blame.
Yeah, it'd be funny if today we were covering Gremlins.
Well, I guess
I'm susceptible too. Now I'll never be mayor.
on the last, the Lost episode that...
Oh,
the last,
can't
like,
put that
5
out
minutes
there.
of an episode that we tried to record.
Yeah, Jim Leahy spotted a big flying lizard and
Outside his trailer park.
I gave them the option to vote on the news story, but instead of the one I started reading, we're just going to do the Bigfoot one.
it's punishment because you don't like Trailer Park Boys.
No, because...
The
Because
spark is gone.
Yeah.
The magic's not there.
It
Exactly.
was for me.
We burned it.
You burned it.
It's okay.
I, for one, liked the gaps. They let me feel free to, like, I'm improvising with you guys
It was like
when I listen to this.
Legato podcast.
Today's news story. 2 Kansas motorists encounter, quote, Bigfoot. 2 women in Kansas say they came across a Bigfoot creature. One of the 2 sisters claims they were driving on Interstate 24 when they spotted claims that they were on Interstate 24.
See, that's the thing, right? Is there conflicting evidence? The other one's like, no. We were clearly on Interstate 7.
Around 9, this is all quotes. Around 9:35 p.m., I was telling my sister who was driving to be careful about deer running across the road, because we had seen a few. Some did not even look at the truck we were in. Most were focused on the cornfields. She told the BFRO about the August 2017 alleged encounter in Mitchell County.
The BFRO?
BFRO, Bigfoot Field Research Organization.
Interesting.
Or maybe just Bigfoot Research Organization. I don't know if the F is for field or for foot.
BFRO.
But the BFRO.
Interesting.
Just a aisle in a fucking shopping mart.
Oh, see, I was thinking like beef fro, like just big curly, bulgogi hair.
Suddenly, she says, a big buff gorilla-looking man hopped out on all 4s.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Gorilla-looking man on all 4s. All right.
Oh my god, there's a picture.
Oh, boy.
Artistry.
Yeah, like... oh my god, this picture's so good.
All right.
I wish I was sitting on that side of the thing.
You'll see it, don't worry. It jumped from the cornfield to my left in front of me and onto the left side of the road. It stood up, then disappeared into the cornfield on the other side of the highway. My sister wanted to stop, but I asked her to continue driving.
You're like, no, please don't stop for Bigfoot.
The woman described it as 8 feet tall with an ape-like body. The hair was reportedly about 3 inches long with some bald areas on the chest and face. You could see its muscles. The hair was dark and kind of reddish. Here is that picture.
No.
Oh,
wow.
Show me.
He's so friendly and wonderful. It's my pal Bigfoot.
He's got such kind eyes.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, but he's super high. Look how dilated his pupils are.
I like his
Clearly
smile.
not responding.
Okay.
It's literally just like a
It's-
happy gorilla.
It's an uncomfortable, like, high school photo of a gorilla. Like, that's what that is.
This
Eyewitness provided a sketch to BFRO investigators.
Oh my god. Done in crayon, if I may point that out.
That is all of this article. It
Please.
ends with that picture.
save that photo and send it to me.
That,
So I take back my usual stance where I don't like these stories, but this may be my story of our whole tenure so far. And this is what I live for, is artist renderings.
Oh my
And that's a guy I could have a beer with, and I will vote for him.
god.
Image has been saved.
Oh my goodness. That is...
It's called Bigfoot-sighting-sketch.png.
Dot, thank you.
It's like literally just an escaped gorilla.
Oh. Such kind eyes.
She said it hopped across the freeway. I was thinking it was like Winston from Overwatch. Just jumped across the freeway. Good guy.
I know what that is because of TikTok memes.
Huh.
Because I'm him, right? Is that how that works?
Yes.
TikTok.
Today's featured creature.
Brought to you by TikTok.
Telepathic football.
I am super excited about this one because I have no idea what it is. And those two words together just can mean so many things.
And I'll admit, I at first I thought this was a head injury induced hallucination that the NFL is trying to cover up, but boy was I wrong.
Yeah. So its name is telepathic football. No other names. Habitat. It was sighted in Villa San Rafael in Comala, Chile.
And then I found that out, I was like, so is it football? Like
See, exactly.
F-U-T-B-O-L? Or is
My whole perception of the paradigm has shifted.
Yeah, this
This is our second Chilean monster.
Interesting.
The first one was the Taruf, the
Interesting.
giant lava lizard man.
Yep. It's the Charoof's a slug in the Secret Saturdays game, right? It was like a big slug
It's
thing.
something
It was
that
like
you
it was like a
ride.
Nessie kind of thing, right?
It was like a lizard that you like. It was like a lava alligator that
That
you
sounds
ride the
right.
back of.
That sounds about correct.
Yeah.
has a great origin story.
Its head vaguely looks like a bulldog, with pale red slanted eyes, one on each side of its head.
Which made me think it was more the ellipsoidal ball instead of the round checkered ball, right?
Its ears, flat, round, and large. Its arms are short. They had elbows and 3-fingered hands. Are you looking up a picture?
Yep.
I tried, but I just get the telepathic football plays of all time.
Its legs were goat-like, and its feet had 3 toes and were webbed like a duck.
Oh no, I found this bad boy right here.
What does he look like?
Its body is shaped like a rugby football
Oh, okay.
with pig-like hair,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
with thicker hair along the spine. Most of its hair is gray, but its tail had a white tip. Its tail is 3 times thicker than a dog's, but is only 5 centimeters in length.
Thicker than dogs.
3 times thicker, only 3 centimeters in length.
It's like a Coke can, but smushed.
Yeah. It's like a flattened Coke can. Story. Any comments on its appearance?
Well,
No,
No.
other than not what I
No.
was expecting.
Story. On January 12th, 2002, Jean F. and his friend Nelson C. were looking for Jean's escaped pet snake.
that's when you know you're only in for trouble.
After about 30 minutes passed, they noticed what appeared to be a stray dog about 30 meters away. Immediately, they started chucking rocks at it.
Yeah.
It's like a weird dog. Let's throw rocks at it.
They started
these
chucking
children?
rocks to avoid an attack because they're in South America.
Oh, okay. I guess
Weird.
that's true. Yeah, we live in a third world hellhole, so it might
Whoa.
get mauled by a dog. Okay, no, I get it. That's reasonable.
To their surprise, the dog
It's just
stood there, motionless and fearless.
It's-
Moments later, the strange animal began to move towards them with short, rabbit-like hops. But that's not how you thought this thing walked.
no. Looking at this artist rendering, though, yeah, it makes sense.
It then stopped and stood up. The kids then felt, quote, an electric charge to the stomach. Now hopping upright towards them. And Nelson then heard, echoing in his head,
Don't stare. Just run away.
that's the end of the sighting.
That is interesting and very suddenly spooky animal there.
And the
Yeah.
snake was never found again.
And they never commented on that. The children were separated and like their reports taken separately, and it was the exact same, like no differences.
Interesting.
Theories: alien or like escaped government experiment, but
Just telepathic bulldog.
And the other theory is an undiscovered species.
Are there any other sightings of this thing?
Nope.
It's the only one?
So far, Vegetable Man, Telepathic Football, just the two.
What if this thing's like a better chupacabra? Right? It's in South America too.
Chile.
It's South America.
Yeah, but Chupacabra's from Puerto Rico.
I mean, it's true, but still.
I can't argue.
Compelling.
You're like, come on.
I just like it. Don't stare. Just run away.
Just run away. Like, don't mind if I do. Bye.
That's all that there is on the Telepathic Football.
Isn't there a name for that thing where you, like the shared delusion? Where people have
Mass hysteria? Or no.
Kinda.
Another word for it.
I don't know.
Telepathic Football.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess that's it, right? It's just a, it's a weird dog with brain powers. I just keep thinking of that thing from Evolution. It's like in the closet or whatever, and the one's like, "It's a weird dog you have here," and it's like some kind of reptile thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't resemble a dog at all. This guy, on the other hand, though, bulldog shaped face. This story
Big
was
like hair, Coke can tail.
It's like some sort of horrible chimera.
I feel like this is actually like a fairly decent chimera, to be honest. It's pretty huggable. It's
I
like
meant horrible as in what it's made out of.
I mean, I feel like it's horrible and that it's not interesting. Because like a chimera, well, I mean, like
That's why it's combined with a car battery to electrocute you.
the event sounds interesting. But I mean, when you think chimera, you think, oh, it's got like all of like the craziest parts of like the most crazy animals the Greeks knew about at the time. Snake tail, lion face, dragon face, goat face. But this is just like, yeah, it's like a chubby bulldog with mind powers.
And a car battery.
Which I mean is cool. I like the idea.
3 telepathic animals in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You got what you wanted. You love superpowers.
I do like when animals have superpowers.
Next week, though, no telepathy.
That we know of.
Right, as of yet undiscovered. Who knows? Who knows?
It's got like a 2-foot radius.
Right? Like,
it's like a real bad induction telepathy. You gotta touch it. You gotta touch it to work.
Yeah, Veggie Man had corn ears to
the,
radiate it. This guy's got a car battery inside him.
because the air is too thick with Minovsky particles. You have to touch to talk.
Makes sense. What was that monster from Red Dwarf, the Despair Squid?
Yes.
That's like, well, that I guess it shoots out like despair ink, but yeah, real short range, touch attack telepathy.
Man, it's a good show.
It is a good show.
Live action Futurama.
It is. Futurama
Just
stole
like,
a lot from it.
Just like Keenan and Kel is live action regular show.
It is. It is indeed. Man, the guy was so mad that I said that. It's so funny.
What? Like who? JG
I
Quintel?
know. I don't know what this guy's name was. But he was a weird guy at school, and I just like offhandedly had joked that Keenan and Kel was live action regular show, and he just like really took offense to it.
Oh man.
He just he thought that Keenan and Kel was just like this like sellout show that was like just existed for commercialism, and that which is true.
I
I'll
mean,
give
I
him
did
that.
buy a bunch of generic brand orange soda.
But he was laboring under the delusion that regular show was not similarly commercialized, and I was just like, oh, okay, all right, I'll see you later. I was just making a joke, but bye.
Has been a can of orange soda in the fridge at work since October.
That's not that long. I thought you were going to say since I started there.
And I'm almost there. I'm almost like, I'm just going to drink this orange soda because...
Just do it. Replace it with a can of tuna that you have put a screw in. It's necessary for you to have put a screw in the tuna.
I'm I need some clarification here. I just screw it into the can, or do I open the can and put the screw in and then close the can?
Well, somehow someone's
that involves
gotta,
some soldering.
Well, somehow someone's got to eat the tuna with the screw in it. So
Again,
they can maybe try to sue the tuna
in it
company.
is what I'm having a problem
But
with.
then any way in which they can consume it and then try to sue the tuna company.
Okay.
And then at the last minute, you have to confess that it was you who put the screw in the tuna.
Is this a joke from that garbage show?
No. I'm assuming that you are very incorrectly referring to Trailer Park Boys.
I asked you
No.
which episode would I watch to get me into the show. What should I watch? Because you finally broke me enough to give it a shot, and you're like, it doesn't matter. Just start at the first episode.
No,
One of the
no.
most boring
Yeah,
piece of shit
that's-
things I've ever watched.
Yeah, the first episode is very different than the rest
I
of the show.
gave you the chance
It gets-
to get me to watch a good episode.
It gets wild. I mean, like, honestly, at the end of the first episode, it gets pretty wild. They were still trying to play it fairly realistic at that
Yeah.
point.
You had
But
your
it,
chance, and now I'm tainted.
I should have just had you. You should have just watched the last like 3 episodes of the 5th season, and then gone back, and then gone back. Yep,
You had your chance.
I did. But no, that is a reference to Keenan and Kel.
Okay.
Cal drops a screw in the tuna.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for that reveal.
But yeah, telepathic monsters. You using your telepathy over there?
To fucking move my duff cup.
You know, this reminds me of one of those things from Oddworld: Stranger's Wrath.
Yeah.
Kangaroo-like animals.
Should get another Oddworld game.
They were supposed to do another one that was like based on it's like a follow-up to Munch's Odyssey that was like an RTS game, kind of like Brutal Legend. So, you know, it would have been great.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Now I want to go back to these telepathic animals. So where do you draw the line? Like, okay, I'm a like, you know, this thing starts hopping slowly, then gets on 2 legs, and then after it like
After
zaps
you
your
chucked rocks at it.
yeah,
Like,
it zaps your friend in the ground. And you go, okay, this is real. I fucked up. Or Vegetable Man, just this stumbling thing from your Grateful Dead nightmare vision, and then it goes, I need help, medicate me. Then you believe that, but where do we draw the line? You know, where is like, okay, come on.
At what point do you begin to worry?
Yeah, that
dealing with a
you're
telepathic
seeing
animal?
this. It's not really telepathic.
that you're insane.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, if I recall correctly, part of like the actual diagnosis for like auditory hallucinations and schizophrenia is like whether like if the like how clear the voice you're hearing is,
Yeah.
and like whether or not the voice is instructive, and whether or not it like is instructing you to harm yourself or others. So I guess maybe I would.
If anything, the telepathic football's telling you to go away.
Yeah, like if because in both these cases the voices were reportedly fairly clear and instructive, but like neither of them
Well,
really
The
describe.
Vegetable Man wasn't very instructive. He was just like, hey, I need help. I know who you people are. Blah, blah, blah.
I guess that's true.
I
The dog, the telepathic football is straight up,
There we go.
is just like, don't stare, order. Just run away, order.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's hard to tell inflection though from your from a text-based story, especially when it's cross-language barriers.
Well, there's
Maybe
a
it
lot
was a
of
question.
reverb going.
Maybe it was like, "Don't stare,
Just run away.
Yeah, there's some shrugging.
just run away."
That was a fucking Lionel Hutz thing. Like, oh, they missed.
Don't period stare comma space just run away. Just totally that's gonna be my plug for this. I know what I'm gonna plug now. I was gonna plug some, but it's
Alright,
different.
then
now.
let's just hit up them plugmentations.
All
I wouldn't
right.
do that. I'm gonna plug, and I've probably actually done this before. I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing this. There's a book, and I'm positive it's like just literally a children's book called Eats, Shoots, Leaves, and it's
I've never heard about this.
it is
Is this one of your auditory hallucinations?
it is not an auditory hallucination. I assure you, it's purely visual. But it's just a book of like, it's a book on punctuation. Like I said, it's literally a children's book, and it's just the same sort of sets of sentences repeated with different punctuation to adjust their meaning, and it is very funny to me. It seems like a silly thing to find funny, but it is.
All right.
I mean, it's the basis of Lionel Hutz style humor.
I'm gonna plug. You can watch all of Kenny versus Spenny on YouTube.
Why would you though?
because you want to be entertained.
You like Kenny versus Spenny, but you don't want to watch Trailer Park Boys.
In Trailer Park Boys, does one of the friends legitimately drug
Yes,
one of their
just like Vegetable Man. See?
legitimately drug one of their other friends to try to get an octopus off of his head.
Because he thinks that he dosed him when they were 14. He was wrong. It's all based on a lie, just like so many foreign conflicts. It's great. He's like, yeah, I was back at you because you put acid in my sandwich. You watched 2001 before. Like, me? No! Like, that was Frank or something. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, it was Frank. And like, oh.
And then they meet the Iron Sheik in a wrestling episode.
Yeah, arguably brought his career back.
Well,
but see, that's
that
the
is a
thing.
plus.
You know, that's the crazy thing. Is like the Iron Sheik improbably was Spenny's hero. See, which means there's hope for Garrett liking this improbable reality of him hating Trailer Park Boys. Like Spenny, by the book, should hate the Iron Sheik, but he doesn't.
Yeah, Spenny's Jewish.
Also, he's the nice guy who's playing by the rules. He's the anti-heel in every way.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
But he's also super creepy.
He's got a hair trigger and he's crazy and kind of creepy.
Like, Kenny, everything's out in the open.
Yeah.
You get everything. You're like, okay, he's a weirdo. That's like, there's not going to be really any big surprises. Spenny, he's deceptively quiet, and then just like did something to that goat.
And he's got a dark side.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This show's fucking great.
He can be your Angel or your Deborah.
Yeah. He's the HR. He's the art director of hell.
He's the devil. The devil.
What you got, Alan?
I don't know. I bought a lap steel guitar recently. So I've been thinking about that's like the what I want to hear when I get telepathically communicated. But my world, the greatest is Chaz Smith. His album called Nakadai, and it's one of the it's not typical lap steel. It's really worth checking out.
Interesting.
Right.
How do you spell that?
Nakadai.
I see. Exactly like it sounds.
Telepathic.
Right.
You got the like glass slide tubes for that bad boy?
I bought a bar.
I see.
One of those.
Okay.
We'll see. Some guy's handmade one he doesn't want, so it may not work.
Interesting.
$50. 8 strings. All tele.
I just imagine telepathy to sound like a theremin.
Oh yeah. I guess
Well,
it's
that's
just
the
all these
telepathy indicator.
whooshing sounds, but yeah, this whole episode just has to be covered in reverb.
Reverb. Well, that's like the spaceships in movies always have like a noise, even though they wouldn't really make like a sound.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but people wouldn't know they were like, it would be off-putting if they were too silent.
Yeah. Because they don't have the balls to.
Well, see what I would do.
Spaceballs.
I think they did. If I recall, they kind of did this in 2001.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of silent, but like there was the like low bass, like the simulated silence noise, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's just like really off-putting and uncomfortable on purpose because 2001's a horror movie. So
yeah. All right, let's just get to these. Fuck. I forgot to say the thing at the last episode.
did you? No, I don't think you did. I think
I
you
did.
did.
I forgot to say the thing.
It's
I
okay. You
never
just cut
miss,
it in
huh?
post.
Because I was worried about the technical difficulties.
That's true, and we were just dumping on TikTok.
So, hit us up on Twitter at Feacre, Feacre. You can shoot us an email like last episode, Billup and Maha did. Our email is featuredcreaturepod@gmail.com. And consider giving to our Patreon, where we release bonus episodes of us watching Lost Tapes. And if you give $5 or more, you can $5. There's no more. You can get a sticker whenever we get new stickers, and join our Discord.
$40 is a roast.
That's Alan keeps saying. You give us $40, we'll roast you, and
You'll cry.
I'll get on board. I can't promise that because I don't think I'm that mean, but I'll do my best to make sure it's funny.
And both get the bonus episodes. $1 and $5 gets bonus episodes and ability to vote on future episodes.
That's the important one. Exercise your right.
Maha had the power for too long, but now there are 4 others to take him down.
The balance power shifted. It's like the fall of communism, honestly.
So is David like the CIA?
I feel like David's like
Send him in to topple all these regimes.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
David is the masses of people in like East Germany that like they just they just want to be back together with it. They remember the time before and they just want to get back to that. So he hauled out of his car and snuck across the wall.
David, you could vote if this is correct on our next tier. Vote where you stand in the fall of communism.
just in the Discord, just say what part of the fall of communism you identify with.
All right. Remember, all you need to do to be a cryptozoologist is to say you're a cryptozoologist.
Malnourished blood slurping sounds.
Wait, shouldn't it be
No,
hopping on
we're
high
doing
leg
it
sounds?
we're behind every time now.
Okay, all right.